How's it going, boys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're gonna be doing an Alchemist guide, beginner to advanced. Yes, advanced level 25 master tier Alchemist here. Alright, I'm just gonna do this free for all because I honestly can, because I just could. I tried to record this, slap it all together on the editor, did not work, did not turn out very nicely, so I'm gonna redo this again for the second time. And if you're wondering why I'm doing a guide and not actually just playing the game, well, because your boy is in low prio. Yes, your boy has been a toxic little boy. That is why we're gonna be doing this guide today. But yeah, Jesus Christ, is a little bit loud. Alright, we're gonna turn the volume down, boys. So just a random note out there. Yeah, I'm in the platinum tier, guys, so gonna be getting a lot of shards. We're gonna do some unboxing. Anyways, back to the important things at hand. So Alchemist guide. Alright, so when you play Alchemist, when you pick this hero, right, you want to play some Alchemist. You're probably clicking on this video because you want to learn how Alchemist works. Well, I'm gonna tell you that before you even get started, you need to understand and look inside the brain of an Alchemist player. Alright, as someone who played this hero for over how many games? Like, let's see, 768 games with a 60% win rate, alright? And my second most played hero is Wraith King, which is basically the same hero that also has 60% win rate. I can assure you that the only thing you're thinking about is your farm, my friend. You're not going to be thinking about whether or not you can make space. And probably one of the biggest reason why I get so many reports is because I pick Alchemist, and people just don't understand that Alchemist needs to AFK farm for the first 20 minutes of the game. They just assume that you're supposed to fight with them. And no, when you get Radiance, you do not fight with your team, because this item actually just doesn't do anything. If you look at it, it gives you damage. And that's about it. You're not more tanky. You're not more survivable. You're not faster. You're not doing anything. You're just burning people. That's all. If you think burning people is enough, you're probably right, because it is pretty good. But it's not enough, because if you die once while you have your Radiance, you're dead for a long ass time. And you know how fast Alchemist farms, right? Once you get Radiance, you can probably get BKB within like 3 minutes. So why not just wait 3 minutes, man? Get your BKB and then fight so you don't die. Because I'll let you know this much, alright? Alchemist at level, once Alchemist gets BKB, he's usually level 2 ulti. He usually has his level 2 chemical rage up. That means 75 HP regen, which means you're not going to die once you have your BKB popped. That is just a fact. Okay, I played so many games of Alchemist. The only heroes I died to with BKB plus level 2 ulti are, let me see, no heroes. Yeah, because that's just like a timing of Alchemist. However, generally I don't want to get second item BKB because of obvious reasons. One is that something like a Manta is good. Well, actually no, Manta is pretty bad. But you know, something like SMY, AC, these are all items that's very good on Alchemist. BKB is kind of like that item where you get if you're about to lose and you don't want to lose the game. That's what you get, because what ends up happening is that if you press this spell a lot, the duration does go down quite fast, if you didn't notice. And if you press it a lot, you're gonna have 5 seconds BKB when everyone else still has 10. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna get Radiance at minute like 12 to 13, maybe 14, 15. You're gonna get your BKB at minute like 18. And other carries are gonna get their BKB as minute like 25. So you're gonna have 5-second BKB versus 10-second BKB enemy carry. Now, how are you going to fight them when they have 10-second BKB and you have 5? I don't know. Maybe Abyssal Blade. But generally, you don't want to do that, right? So, starting off with the... Well, that was kind of a little bit of a tangent there. But if you're still here, guys... Alchemist stuff, right? So, level 1, beginner guide. What you want to understand about Alchemist is that level 1, you're always taking your passive. This is the skill that makes Alchemist Alchemist, okay? Alchemist is Alchemist because of Grieval's Greed. It's not Alchemist because of Acid Spray. It's not Alchemist of Unstable Concoction. Acid Spray is basically a shitty farm. Well, it's a good farming ability, but it's a very shitty fighting ability. You're not gonna be using this to fight necessarily. This is mainly for farming. You know, you could help you take Roche, but that's like just miscellaneous stuff, right? You have a horrible stun. This is probably one of the worst stuns in the game, unless if you know how to perfect it, obviously. It actually deals a decent amount. It actually deals a lot of damage, and it actually stuns for 4 seconds at max duration. It is very risky to actually stun at 4 seconds. I don't think even as an Alchemist player that played this long, I actually charged the stun for more than like 2 seconds. Just because it's better to get it out there than like trying to hope for a fucking 5 seconds, 4 second stun and stunning yourself. And his ulti, that's it. So his ulti and mostly his passive is what defines him, right? You're just gonna accumulate too much gold for anything else to matter. Even if your stat growth is pretty abysmal, and if your ability, well, they actually buffed this strength, but you're still pretty abysmal stat growth with pretty, you know, ass abilities, except for the ulti. The ulti is decent, it is really good early game, but as the time goes on, it gets worse and worse because, well, it kind of goes both ways. The base attack time and the movement speed does scale very well into the late game, especially the base attack time, but the fact that you cannot fight unless you have your ulti up is a big problem, man. If you're against like the Ursas or the PAs or the PLs, the heroes that have no fucking ultimate cooldown, you're in big trouble, my guy. If you're up against like the DKs or Voids, it's not too bad. You have a way shorter ulti cooldown. What else is there? Yeah, 100 HP regen is quite a lot, right? You might think it's a lot. No, it's not. In the late game, it's not a lot. The enemy PA is gonna like 3-shot you. Ursa is gonna like kill you one Fury Swipe duration. So yeah, your ultimate is essentially an early game farming / fighting ability when people can't deal that much damage in a short duration of time. That's when it's actually really good. So back to what I was saying, level 1 you would want to, I'm actually leveling up a lot. Level 1 you would want to get your Grievous Greed just because the bounty rune multiplier. So at level 1 you get 1.5 multiplier, so when people pick up the runes, right, you want to always try to get runes when if you have an Alchemist on your team, or if you are the Alchemist, right, get the runes because those give you bonus gold. If you can get 3 or 4, yo, that is so good. You're shipping out like 2 selves right away. Oh yeah, and by the way, in the lane, the only thing that's stopping Alchemist from getting farm is essentially just regen. You're gonna trade regen for farm, for XP, yeah. So because you get more gold, you can afford to buy more regen, and just don't be cheap on the regen. If you need to buy like 3 salves, you could because you're an Alchemist. You usually don't get screwed over because you can farm it all back in the jungle right afterwards. So it does not really matter as an Alchemist. I literally buy 3 salves. Well, actually, I never buy 3 salves, but I buy like 2 salves. I never buy 2 salves on any other mid heroes. I rarely do. I usually buy 1. Sometimes I buy like 2 sets of tangos on top of the 2 my supports give me, just because I'm against a quap or something that you know, chips me down a lot, and I need to stay healthy in order to keep farming the creeps. Because as long as you get that juicy level 6, you're Gucci. You're not gonna be buying any more regen. Level 2 and 3, you want to get Acid Spray. This is your ability to farm, and I would say just keep 2 points in it. Some people might disagree. They say, oh, get 3 points in it. No, I would say 2 is good. The only reason why you would ever get 3 is because you're a psycho. I don't know. You generally just don't want to get more than 2 points in your Acid Spray, because you want to get level 3 Grievous Greed by the 5-minute mark. Because by the 5-minute mark, you're only going to be level 5. You're not going to be level 6 unless the enemy mid laner died to you like 1 or twice, so you can get some bonus XP. But otherwise, you're probably going to be level 5, right? So at level 5, you want to get that 2.5 bonus bounty rune gold. So you're going to spam paint the shit out of your team to grab those runes for you, just so you can get the bonus gold. And it is super good, boys. 0.5 times more gold is better than Acid Spray, trust me. Acid Spray, 2 points is enough, honestly. It's only 5 more damage and some more minus armor. It's not necessary, and then you get your ultimate, and then you get this, and then you're just gonna be farming lane and jungle, going to the lane and punching it out, and then just Okay, the biggest thing about Alchemist, you know, I made like an Alchemist tips guide video if you want to learn about like specific laning matchups and stuff like that. I could do like specific laning matchup and how to lane against different heroes like Quap and stuff in the future. But in this video, I'm just gonna explain like what you want to be doing as an Alchemist in general. So in the beginning of the early game, you want to buy Quelling Blade, you know, Soaring. Like you want to start off with like this, right? Use my guide, by the way. This is my guide. So if you want to use this guide, you can. This is a very good guide. I actually go in detail for like why you buy specific items and stuff like that. But you want to just go like this. This is your starting build. People are going to give you tangos. You can buy Fury Fire if you want. Or you can buy one if you're against the Zeus, right? And you want to go these items. And then after that, in the early game, all you want to do is buy a shit ton of regen. Just trading farm. People can be hitting you. You're gonna hit them under acid spray only, right? If they're hitting you and you're under acid spray, you can hit them back. But if not, you just don't ignore them. Punch out the creeps. So a lane that you want to stay in is like, let's say a DK or Ember, someone that can't really out harass you, right? And you can actually kill them if they're under the acid spray. But with like a Quap and stuff like that, or like a Storm, you generally don't want to be laning with them too much. You want to be pushing out the lane. Sometimes the Storm and the TAs will actually push the lane into your tower, which is good in the early game. It's actually very good in the early game, not so much later on, because you want to be jungling as long as you can before you head back to the lane. But generally in the lane, you just want to push out the lane as fast as you can, especially once you get level 2 acid spray. Push it out and go jungle. Sometimes I won't use acid spray to push out the lane. I'll punch the lane, and then I'll use the acid spray on the jungle camps, right? And then let's say if there's 2 jungle camps side by side, I'm always putting the acid spray in the middle and farming both at the same time. Oh yeah, an argument you could say is like a larger acid spray AoE area, because once you level it up, the area actually gets bigger, if you didn't know, so you can farm like more. But honestly, in the early levels, you don't have time to farm like 2 camps at once. So I would say until you get acid spray level 4 or 3, you could just farm 1 camp, because you're probably gonna have to go back to the lane anyway. That's just like from experience, what I found out. After that, always take the attack speed talent, and let's see, concoction, just level it up max. Do not level up concoction, okay? I don't care if they're trying to gank you with mid lane. SB's charging mid with the Earthshaker. They're trying to kill the enemy Storm, okay? You're not going to be leveling the spell. You're an Alchemist. You're not a ganker, okay? You don't gank. Your goal is to farm creeps, okay? That's it. That's all I'm going to say. So, you always get attack speed talents. Just put it simply, I'll tell you what the best talents are, okay? Attack speed, HP, cleave, and movement speed. Alright, you want me to explain them? Okay, fine, I will. Cooldown reduction on Unstable Concoction is not as good as 15 attack speed, trust me. It's just not as good. It is a 4-second stun, but then you're kind of like just like a stunning machine instead of someone who actually does physical damage, you know what I mean? 20 damage is not as good as 350 HP unless you're snowballing so hard they can't kill you. Just do the math, okay? 20 damage, 350 HP. 350 HP. Unstable Concoction damage, you take this if you get the cooldown talent, if you're some kind of psycho. But if not, get the cleave. And level 25, you're gonna go for the movement speed, because the regen is poo-poo, as I already explained. If you're that late into the game, regen is just not good anymore. Movement speed though, oh yeah, it's good. You bet, bro. You bet movement speed is fucking broken. Look how fast you're running, dude. I'm running at haste speed once I'm phase boost. But yeah, after that, Alchemist, some essential items you want to get is Radiance first time always. Don't get Battle Fury, please. I don't know why people do that. Please don't get Battle Fury. You can get like a Halberd if you're against Ursa, Troll, you know, heroes like that. You can get a Halberd so you can kite them out. Gives you more regen with your ultimate. Like, as you can see, 160 HP regen, 210. Wow, I know. If you don't want to get a Halberd, let's say they just don't have any physical damage, just go SNY, right? If they have a lot of stuns or axe taunts and stuff like that, Beastmaster Roar, you can go SNY. This helps you a lot because you just this is the more advanced area of the video, by the way, because you can status res it out. Don't get Satanic, okay? Satanic is never a buy on Alchemist unless you're trying to grief the game. I'll literally go for Heart of Tarask. I won't even go for that because you run out of space. AC is always a good pickup, but if I have like a, what's it called, like a off-lane Beastmaster, a Lycan on my team, or someone that would go AC anyways, I generally don't buy AC on Alchemist. I just keep the SNY. Because you're gonna need either a Blink or Silver Edge as an Alchemist, or Manta. You need one of these items. Either you can dodge stuff and move a little bit faster, or you need a Blink mobility item because you have no mobility at all. You want to buy items that help you escape or initiate, okay? Because if you're the tankiest motherfucker on your team, you're not gonna be going stay in the back. You're gonna be jumping right in, right? You're gonna be jumping right into their face. And generally you're gonna be running out of slots. So the ideal 6-slot Alchemist is gonna look like this. And Abyssal Blade is the godly item, boys. This item allows you to kill any carries, okay? It allows you to man up to Ursa and Troll. Heroes that will normally counter you, oh boys, you can fucking man up to them now with the Abyssal Blade. You know how many times you would bash people? Let's see. A lot. A lot. And I don't mean that as a joke. You bash them a lot. And BKB. You know, BKB is always necessary. Essentially, if you get full slotted, you could just buy a Moon Shard and Aghanims for your whole team, which is always nice. But yeah, this is the ideal 6-slot. This is almost always my 6-slot as an Alchemist. Because as this is your combo essentially in the late game. Hold on. Oh my. Okay. Yikes. This is your combo as Alchemist in the late game. So your combo is like this. So you go, so you pop your ultimate, right? You use your stun, you go Shadow Blade, and then you can hit them once. You can maybe bash them first, and then once they're done bashing, you stun them again. Yeah. Guess what? You're bashing a lot. You're probably gonna bash 2 times in between your stun and your Abyssal Blade, so that's just a fact. And this is how much? Let's actually calculate it. So this is a 2-second stun, 1.5 second bash. So 2 bashes is 3 seconds. 2 seconds, that's 5. This stun maxed out is 4. 9 seconds stun. Yeah. Who are you not killing in 9 seconds with this amount of DPS? Nobody. And you're probably gonna have some kind of neutral item, right? So that's like the late game guide of Alchemist. What else is there? Alchemist item guide, skill build. Generally what you want to be doing as an Alchemist. So your power spike is around after your Radiance, which is you know what? Let's just actually look to my last Alchemist game that I won. Okay, I want to see a game where it was pretty even. Let's see, maybe this one. You know, this one is good. You know why I picked Alchemist here? I will let you guys take a guess, okay? If you want to learn about the counter and matchups, I'll let you guys take a guess. Why did I pick Alchemist here? Because they have a Leshrac and they have a PL. Why would I not pick Alchemist here? Maybe because they have a Tusk, right? And a Night Stalker. So generally I'm looking at what position 3 and 4 can kill me. If they have a Tusk or a Spirit, I generally don't want to pick it. But, you know, they have a Leshrac. So if you didn't know, Leshrac is not the best hero versus Alch. Because once you go jungle, there's not much Leshrac can do. Unless if the Lion and the Tusk get super active and the Night Stalker ganks me on the first night. If that happens, then you're fucked. But most of the time, they don't do that. So the Leshrac, what the Leshrac is going to do is do absolutely nothing to you in the laning stage. You're free farming. You're going to get level 6. He doesn't do anything to you. What he is going to do is push your mid tower at like the 7-minute mark and just push top lane and bottom lane. You're going to lose all your tier 1s before the 10-minute mark. That's what's going to happen. That's the downside. I know. It's a trade-off though. And you're super good against PL, because if you didn't know, Radiance is good against PL. I would have made Shivas my Necro if my Veno didn't. And you have Acid Spray, you have a Cleave Talent. Everything about you is good against PL. That's just how it works as an Alchemist. 63k damage. So in this game, I'm the strongest around. Well, I got shit on. I got ganked quite a bit early game, but as an alchemist, your strongest timing is probably the 20-minute mark, around there. So you're gonna get your radiance at around the, let's see, when did I get my radiance? So you get your radiance at the, I got this game at 14-minute mark. I even died like twice. So generally you're probably gonna get it around the 13 to 14-minute mark if you correctly farm and last it, and you correctly farm small camps around you when you have time, right? Try to self stack by yourself. I don't think I even stacked a single time this game myself because I did not have time. The left strike was pushing my tower. I had to go back to defend. But generally, let's say the enemy had like a DK or some kind of, I don't know, Razor. Razor, you don't even want to go back to lane. You just want to never go lane. Or like a Huskar. Something that cannot push towers or push creep waves so you can jungle more. And you don't want to go back to lane against them. That's just what you would do. This game I got my BKB because I died like 3 times in between. As you can see, this BKB would have been the 18-minute mark because I had to get it or else we were gonna lose the game. Like the left strike was snowballing out of hand. I just had to get this BKB so we could stand up to the ground, defend our tower. Once I get this, 3 minutes later I'm getting BKB, 4 minutes later. But this one took a bit longer because, as I said, I died a couple times. And I went for the SNY, Abyssal Blade, AC as a last item, by the way. People make AC second item. I don't think AC is good second item, guys. AC does not give you the value that other items give. This item is an aura item. Any item that is an aura item is not as value per gold value for the cost, like worth-wise. How do you say that? Like value-wise, as for example, an item that is selfish, that does not give any stats to your team besides yourself. So SNY, very good value, right? Every gold you're paying for the SNY is more than the AC. You know what I'm saying? Do the math on it if you don't believe me. Do the math. Do the math on the items, right? See the attack speed it gives you. See what it offers you. And you will know. What else is there? And then I sold my phase boots for... I sold my treads, actually. I made treads this game because they have a lot of magic damage. Treads is good against magic because it gives you more HP. Phase boost is good against physical. I usually look at what their mid hero does. And yeah, phase boots. And I'm 6 slotted. I started buying axe for people, and that's about it, boys. That was this game. Let's look at one more, just the last one, just to basic idea. This game. We'll also look at a loss too. So this game, why did I pick Alchemist? Because you guys can probably guess. So I did see a Quap. Quap is actually not the biggest counter in the world. So they have a Void. Alch is very good against Void Spirit because Void Spirit can't do shit to Alch until Void is level 3. But by then, Alch is level 3, so he can't kill him. What else? They have a Drow, which is, you know, kind of meh against Alch, but it's not the worst case scenario. We still won this one. You know, it's fine. It's not the worst case. I also bought SNY, same build as before, because obviously the taunt. Let's see why we lost. Ooh, alright, let's look at why we lost this game, boys. Let's see if you can tell, right? Why did we lose this game? Well, essentially all of my lanes lost. The only lane that did not lose was the axe lane, but that didn't matter because the Quap just killed the axe like 50 times. And generally as an alchemist, you cannot lose all 3 lanes, or at least one of your lanes has to be very strong. That, well, first of all, you can't lose your lane very bad. I lost my lane pretty bad because this was a level 25 Quap with a level 25 Pudge that kept on ganking me mid. If you lose your lane super badly, it makes it so that your team cannot make space for you, right? The Void also didn't use spells chrono properly a single fucking time. He was supposed to chrono the Quap, he never did. He chronoed the Pudge, dude. I don't know why, but yeah. Let's look at this game. Oh yeah, I think I remember this game. It was the SF, right? No, it was actually a fucking Zeus. Yikes. So Zeus is actually an easy matchup for Alchemist. The biggest problem here, I would say, is that we have a Venge carry and they have a Troll carry. So Alch is not good against Troll, guys. when you want to have 100% guaranteed win, you want to make sure they don't have a hero that counter you. So like the Quaps, the Troll Warlords, the Axe, stuff like that. But however, it does also matter on their playstyle and how well they actually play. So that also plays a major factor. But yeah, that's about all I can say for now at the moment, boys. So yeah, Dota is a game of skill, boys. Yeah, I feel the skill pumping right through me right now. But anyways, more importantly, thank you guys for watching. And the most important thing that you can probably do or possibly do in this world is to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out the Twitch. Check out the Patreon. Check out the Discord. Check out the anything and everything. Have a very nice day. And I'll see you in the next one. And peace out.